The Airgun Advisor is brought to you today by Airguns of Arizona, High Pressure Pneumatics, Hot Sun USA, Rapid Airworks, and Athlon Optics. The products viewed today were brought to you by Talon Airguns. You'll find links to these and more in the comments down below. Welcome back to the Airgun Advisor, and I am Chad Kettner, and I am here with another review, and that is the AGT Uragan 3. This one happens to be in 25 caliber. Now, if you watched my previous video, my first look video, it's really pretty impressed. Now, we'll take this back down the range today and go ahead and see if we can repeat that here when I'm back home and no longer on vacation. But let's talk about the Uragan 3. Now, this has been in a development stages for a number of years. You have the Uragan 1, 2, and finally now you have the 3. Now, these are available in 177, 22, 25, and even 30 calibers, with a variety of barrel lengths. You have 500 millimeters, 600 millimeters, and just like the one I have in front of me today, a 700 millimeter barrel. Now just look at this thing. I mean, is it not beautiful or what? Now, I did pick the green laminate stock. I thought that was perfect for summer. They also have red laminate, walnut, a carbon stock, and then also the traditional synthetic stock for those of you who might be a little bit rougher on their air guns and taking it out into the field and so forth. So lots of options there between calibers, barrel sizes, stock options. But let's take a look at this just a little bit closer. Now, if we're following along, this does have a beautiful shrouded barrel on here, and I love how it is not just round, but they've actually incorporated some fluting on here. And then this also acts as a bit of a moderator, helping to quiet the report down. But if it's not enough, never fear, they do have a M14 threaded muzzle down here for you, so you can take this off and add your moderator of choice. Now, again, I'll mention this, it is M14, not 1/2 by 20 like you might typically be used to for the airgun world. So you can get an adapter, or there are a lot of moderators out there also with an M14 thread. What else we have here? Well, looking at this scope rail, it's a Picatinny rail with 20 MOA built in. So this is meant for long distance shooting, hence why I'm shooting this thing out to 100 yards for you guys. You have the side lever or cocking lever here. Now, this is an ambidextrous lever, just like the safety. The safety down here on the bottom can be accessed on either side, just like the lever can go ahead and be swapped over to the right side or the left side of the rifle. So whichever one you might prefer. If we look at the bottle, this air cylinder, I've been looking at these things for years. This is really my first time having one in my hands. And I don't know what they use for their carbon wraps, but I absolutely love the design of the carbon wrap on these bottles. Kind of gives it a little extra flair, if you would, and definitely a conversation piece for sure. And of course, then you have your bottom rail down here, which has some Picatinny mounts, and then your Arca rail all the way down, and then M-lock on either side for those accessories. I mean, what's not to like about this thing? You could even take this off and just have I believe a Picatinny rail down here on the bottom if you take off that whole thing. But really, really nice. Now, it does come with an all, I believe to be all aluminum magazine. Now, the inside might be plastic. It feels like aluminum to me. In 25 caliber, this is an 11-shot magazine. Very, very easy to load. I love it. You just put one pellet in, rotate, rotate till it's all the way spring loaded, and then work your way on through it. And this back side, careful I don't hit anything up above me here, but if you can look at the butt pad here, the butt pad is also adjustable for height. So your cheek piece isn't adjustable, but the back pad is, so you can go ahead and adjust that and bring it up to wherever it is that feels most comfortable for you. Two-stage trigger here, very nice. I was very impressed, very crisp trigger. And I mean, what's not to like? It just looks the part and is absolutely beautiful. I do have a Talon Tunes bipod on here, so thanks to Talon Tunes, they sent me this bipod to test out and try out. And it's great for plinking and so forth. I don't know if I'd use it necessarily for bench rest competitive shooting, but you know, if you're getting out there in the range and just having a nice bipod that you can rely on, perfect for that. So what else is there? Well, chronograph testing, of course. And I want to go ahead and transition to that chronograph testing here. Now, I was using the Talon chronograph for all of my testing. Thanks to Talon for their support. And on that testing here, you're going to notice me shooting both pellets and slugs. You probably won't know the difference, but look at the graph. You'll see that pellets and slugs are there. In slugs, I was shooting the 40 grain H&N slugs, averaging 954 feet per second, which equates to about 81 foot-pounds of energy with a standard deviation, get this, of just 4.6 feet per second over that shot string. And finally, how many shots was that? Well, it was 42 shots. Not bad. Now, when looking at pellets, I did notice, I don't know if my fill was just a little bit different, but I did get fewer shots. So let's go ahead and look at that as well. I got both of those sets of data on that one graph. And I was shooting the 25.4 AEA pellets. Now, I did get fewer shots. I got 31 shots to be exact, shooting those pellets over the chronograph. And during that time, I was able to average 1,097 feet per second. So those pellets are cooking out there at 100 yards, man. I'll tell you what, squeeze that trigger and boom, that hole was right there on the paper. And then at that speed and at that weight, we're getting about 68 foot-pounds of energy. So plenty of power and a standard deviation of just 7.5 feet per second when using the pellets. So I don't know what equates for the difference in some of those numbers, especially the shot count as well as the standard deviation. But if you got some ideas, leave them in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your theories. My only theory I have is that the little air is passing past the skirt and it uses more air to get that pellet out before the valve closes again versus the slug, which is a little heavier, maybe allowing that valve to close just a little bit faster and giving us a few more shots in the end. But overall, love this platform, really, really impressed with it. And well, enough talking. Let's go take this down to the range, take another look at it, and see how we do at 100 yards. Let's go. Super pumped to be out here at the range again, shooting these JTS 25.39 grain pellets with the none other than the AGT Uragan 3. This thing, it puts a smile on my face. And you know, there's no other way to say it, and there's no other way to show it than to shoot another group at 100 yards for you. If you didn't see the original video, I'm going to put a link to it up here. Make sure you check that out. I'm shooting both slugs and pellets in that one. Let's go ahead and try this out again at 100 yards and see where we end up. Let's make sure I've got, need to put a couple more pellets in here for you. But this thing really is absolutely a terrific and wonderful air gun. One thing that I did not mention though when I was doing the studio stuff, and I do wish it had, it doesn't have to, but I do wish it had a gauge for the regulator setting and external regulator adjustments. Now, that being said, it is not necessarily the most important thing in the world, right? If an air gun is shooting, why screw with it? You can adjust the regulator, you can adjust everything. It's just not as accessible as it is with some other air guns. But again, this thing's shooting straight out of the box. And for those of you who are new to air gunning or just want an air gun that's going to shoot for you, this Uragan 3, at least the one that I have here, is absolutely wonderful. Anyway, enough talking. Magazine's full. Let's go ahead and get down there at 100 yards and see what we got. All right, turn this hat around. There you go, get on target. Now I'm using that rest. I put a video on it earlier on the back side here. Really love it. It allows me to pump it up. And matter of fact, I might just leave another link in there in the description for it so you can kind of check it out, but it's really nice.
Wow. Holy cow. Wow. And that's literally what this Uragan 3 does all the time. Okay, so I think I just, like, that was a stellar air gun group down there at 100 yards. And perfect timing because it's getting dark down here. That Uragan 3 by AGT, I mean, every group's not like this, let's be honest, right? But it's pretty daggone consistent, and it has impressed me more times than not as far as what it's doing. Again, I'm shooting those 25.39 grain JSB, or not JSB, I keep doing that, JTS pellets, same ones I was shooting this summer. And as a matter of fact, if you haven't seen that video, I'm going to put a link to that video up here somewhere. You should go check that out. By the way, if you're enjoying this review, and maybe you've seen a couple of other videos by me, I really hope you take the time to subscribe. Give the video a thumbs up. It really does mean a lot to us content creators, and it helps a ton. Let's flip this around. I mean, look. Oh, wait a minute, that's not it. There's nothing there. Look at that. 5-shot group at 100 yards. Holy cow. I mean, that's, wow. Wow is all I have to say. One more time, I'm home. Here's those 5 shots. Look at this. Look at this. 5 under a penny. Unreal. There you go, guys. That's what the Uragan 3 can do. It's like I said, this air gun, it's wonderful. I love it. It's a good price point for a high-end air gun. Talon Tunes imports these things. You're going to want to check out with him because he knows his stuff when it comes to the AGT Uragan 3s. I have nothing else to say, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. Again, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Give us a thumbs up. Until next time, make sure that trigger pull stays smooth. Those pellets fly straight. And yeah, we'll see you right here on another edition of the Airgun Advisor. We're out.